Hey there, how you doing? I initially was going to make this video on the more negative sides of things, titled something dumb like, I'm concerned for Jagged Alliance 3, or some other YouTuber spiel of a title. The reason for this being that I stumbled onto the early reviews from IGN and Rock Paper Shotgun, links to those articles below if you want to read them too. I initially read Rock Paper Shotgun's review, and it really concerned me with its title of Jagged Alliance 3 desperately wants it to be 1999 and not in a good way, written by Catherine Castle. But now after reading through their review, it's made me even more excited for this game. Now I personally never really got into Jagged Alliance as a franchise until I released my XCOM video, and everybody was recommending them strongly to me, so I gave them a try. Jagged Alliance 2 Wildfire especially had me hooked. Despite its flaws, it was an absolute blast. Now, reading through the Rock Paper Shotgun review, the author mentions that if Jagged Alliance 2 is what you've been craving to revisit for the last 24 odd years, then I'm sure Jagged Alliance 3 will tick a lot of boxes for you. Alas, I'm too ingrained in the XCOM school of turn-based strategy games to feel much affection for that era anymore. While I am a fan of XCOM as a franchise, of course, and I adore everything it's given us, I really don't want Jagged Alliance but XCOM to be the classic franchise's grand return. So it's really encouraging to hear that the developers are trying to keep Jagged Alliance's unique feel in this newest entry. So pretty much what I got from Rock Paper Shotgun's review is that if you like Jagged Alliance 2, you will like the third. Now this next thing I want to talk about, while being an issue that the Rock Paper Shotgun reviewer mentioned, it was more prevalent in the IGN review, and that's the tone of the game. IGN's review by Lena Hafer, titled Jagged Alliance 3, is a serious tactics game with a tone that doesn't match. And I'm going to quite be honest with you, that's something I love about the Jagged Alliance series, is its willingness to be a cheesy 90s or 80s action film in game form. While this does seem to point to an area where maybe the game leans into cheesy comedy a little too much, I still have high hopes it will feel similarly to the second Jagged Alliance game's goofy and entertaining dialogue.
My queen? Ah! Elliot! You idiot! Well now, Joe?
Queen.
Make sure all my soldiers know their whereabouts, and see to it that these mercenaries are executed. I want their remains, such as they may be, when my forces are finished with them. Oh, clean up that mess.
Actually, Your Highness, I'll clean it up myself. It's not a bother, really.
What? Oh my lord! Elliot, you idiot! Are you so stupid you don't even know how to die properly? Can't you do anything right?
Apparently not, Your Highness. I will try harder.
Kinda Indiana Jones vibes, if that makes sense. The IGN review does mention how the main issue is the tonal whiplash this can cause between the story and the gameplay, as Jagged Alliance 3 follows a story of a, quote, complex civil war, but I suppose we will have to wait and see just how bad the dichotomy from goofy mercs to dark and gritty story beats are from each other, and how well they play in the pigpen. Altogether, it just sounds like Jagged Alliance 3 is made for its fans, sticking to what it's good at, even if that comes at the cost of innovation. But I'm okay with that, especially since this is the first game back in over 2 decades. I don't think it's a bad thing for them to play it a little safe. For those of you who don't know much about Jagged Alliance 3, allow me to give you a rundown on their website. The game features rich, tactical-based combat, allows you to recruit from a large cast of unique mercenaries, including many familiar fan favorites. You can loot, salvage, and customize your arsenal of weaponry and equipment, customize your mercs with perks upon their level up, and experience an active open world where you can train locals, command multiple parties, and even control territories. And even better, you can play through the campaign in online co-op. And the fact that there wasn't really complaints about those portions of the game is a good sign as well. And coming in at $45 on launch or $35 on pre-order, it's a damn good deal for what could potentially be a lovely trip down memory lane for those of you that grew up with this classic series. series. I've got my fingers crossed though. I think this will be a hell of a good time. So don't forget to mark those calendars. It drops incredibly soon on July 14th. Anyhow, thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or just found it interesting, do leave lovely little likes. And if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to smack that subscribe button with
all your might.
But most importantly, have a lovely day and don't die.